Hello, hello, hello. Antphrodite here, your pop culture psychic. Back to you again with another political reading. So if you haven't seen my last one, I'll put a link to it up here. I did one on the presidency and the energies around that. But breaking news, and I'm sure you've seen it by now, that Donald Trump had an assassination attempt against him at one of his, I think it was a rally, which is really scary. So last time I did a political reading, I told you I'd try to stay away from them, but if you guys behaved in the comments, at least for the most part, I would, do them, and you guys did, so thank you for that. Some of you did. Most of you did, I should say. So I'm going to say once again, behave in my comment section, because if you guys are mean to one another, or you're nasty, or you're rotten, I will literally not do these anymore. So obviously, I'm sure you know most of the details by now, but there's still stuff coming out every day about who the shooter was and kind of what led up to the events of that day. Now, everyone is putting their conspiracy theorist hats on and has a different opinion. Some people say it was an inside job. Some people say that it was staged by Trump. And some people think it was just, a fluke or circumstances or whatever. I'm going to do a reading on this and kind of see if I can get down to the bottom of what I think is going on and what I think happened that day. Please be respectful. I mean, at the end of the day, there are innocent people that were injured and potentially, unalived. And someone's life was potentially almost taken away on live TV. So let's please be respectful. I'm trying to be impartial here. That is always my goal, and I try to be fair. So please be kind. Okay, so remember, these readings are all alleged for intent only, and let's get started. Remember, if you like these, please join the YouTube members. There is a $5, $10, and $15 tier. It's linked down below. You get access to exclusive pick cards, exclusive readings that I can't do on my main channel. I mean, on my main videos, pick a card, and you can win a reading from me. Especially videos like these that sometimes aren't monetized. It helps me. Okay, so, all right, let's look at this situation, and then I'll see what I believe it was. So Donald Trump is the 7 of Wands. Oh, shoot, that's an underdog. Okay. The event, what happened? Oh, this video is going to be controversial already. Okay. I don't think it was staged, and I don't think it was an inside job. I think there's an issue. Let me break it down. I could say right off the bat, I don't think it was staged, and I don't think it was a inside job either. The 7 of Wands is Trump, which is an underdog, which I'm sure we all know he's going to gain a lot of energy and backing from this, right? People love to sympathize. Well, maybe sympathize is not the word. What's the word? People love to rally around an underdog, right? And someone who, survived something like this has totally got the underdog appearance, right? So that makes sense. But the 7 of Wands is about being able to prove yourself. And so for me, if he's the underdog in this situation, that means that I don't think it was something that he actively planned for himself. The Justice card being upright is about the justice system, and what's fair is fair, which means that people went by the book as much as they could. So if it was reversed, I'd be like, all right, maybe there's some foul play here. But justice upright is human error. I followed protocol as best as I could. Anything that happens that is not correct falls under the line of human error. The event itself, we look at the Ace of Pentacles as money. So unfortunately, money seems to be the reason as to why this happened. I don't really know all the details. I'm not really well versed in all the handlings of politics and what goes into a convention or a rally or whatever it was. But Ace of Pentacles to me is about finances and funding and backing. So I'm not sure if there weren't enough officers. I'm not sure if there wasn't enough funds. I'm not sure if there was some sort of last minute change. Yeah, Six of Pentacles is about following protocols. And then the Moon is deceit and deception, and the Two of Swords is separation. Oh, wait. Okay. Are there two entities at play here? Because the Moon is about not seeing something. That's about being deceived. So Two of Swords would be about two people, Six of Pentacles. I don't know how this works, so you guys are going to have to help me in the comments down below. I know he has a Secret Service, but are there other like forces at play that are supposed to like be there or defend him? Because Two of Swords would be about a separation between two entities. So that's a disconnect between two entities. And the Moon is deceit or deception or like lies, but sometimes it's about not being seen. It's about hidden. When the Six of Pentacles is there, it means I follow protocol. So that means that the Moon is not an act of deception. It's an accidental deception. So to me, that translates to I didn't see something. So a lot of times the Two of Swords with the Moon, it's like there's, and again, Six of Pentacles softens this. Otherwise it would be much more mischievous. The Two of Swords means that there was a miscommunication between two entities, or one entity didn't see something or communicated something incorrectly to another entity, which caused the mishap. So that's why I'm like, are there two eyes on him, two sets of eyes? Because that's what the Two of Swords is. The Nine of Wands is a shit show, right? Things getting worse for the better. Eight of Cups is about walking away from something. And the Ten of Pentacles. Someone here got cocky. There's an entity that got I don't know. Is it? I don't want to say something stupid and then you guys be like, you're dumb. But the Ten of Pentacles would be about like, oh yeah, I've done this already. Oh yeah, I did that already. There's a sloppiness. That comes from cockiness. It's like I walk the perimeter. It's fine. And there's a confidence. I don't think this is the Secret Service. So it's the other entity. I don't know if, again, if I'm stupid, I'm stupid. I'm sorry. I don't know if there's like regular police that are involved, state police. I don't know how it works, but there's a lower functioning entity. It feels lower because Secret Service to me is like up here energetically. It's lower, that has some sort of miscommunication. It's almost like if I were communicating something to you and I was like, oh wait, there's a problem. Never mind, it's not a problem. And then it is a problem. That's like what it's like. It's almost like, oh, there's something suspicious there. Like, are you sure? Have you checked that perimeter? And then being like, oh yeah, there's someone there. And then they go, really? And they go, no, not really actually. But then there was someone there. So it's almost like if someone spotted the sniper, or I guess it spotted the person trying to assassinate Trump. And then they were like, what is that? And then the person was like, oh my God, wait, is that someone? And then everyone's like getting ready. And then they go, no, wait, that's not him. That's no one. That's just whatever. And then be like, okay. And then regretting it. So it's almost like this. And it has to do with someone not surveying something. Six of Swords would be about some sort of last minute change or last minute removal. Ten of Swords is self-sabotage, and Ten of Wands is a burden. I can handle it. It's like if someone was supposed to survey, okay, let's say that you have 6 men and they're all supposed to survey 6 different areas of the perimeter or whatever. And the last minute, whether it's funding, it looks like there might be some sort of funding issue, like, oh, I'm not able to give you money, or we're not able to pay enough people, or there's not enough, guns, whatever it is, resources available. Someone is like, okay, well, I'll take 2 perimeters. So it's like if 6 people dwindle down to 3 because of, money or whatever. And then those 3 people each had 2 stations to man. And one of them was kind of like cocky and like, oh yeah, I can handle it, and got sloppy. That's the kind of vibe that it is. Again, these are metaphors sometimes, not super literal. It's hard to tell. But that's kind of where the disconnect comes in. Magician being upright, 4 of Cups and 9 of Cups is about manifestation, but I wonder if that's a manifesto. I don't know. It's hard. I've not really done a reading on an assassination before, so I don't really know how this is going to go. I guess some of the information might have to be like, I might have to interpret it post for myself, like take notes, because I'm still learning tarot every day, right? Doesn't matter how many years I've been doing it. This is a new scenario for me, so uncharted territory here. But Magician is communication. The 9 of Cups is getting what you want, and the 4 of Cups is a detachment. So some sort of cold communication. So I'm wondering if there's some sort of manifesto or some sort of message that the shooter said before or has. I mean, that's pretty typical for most situations like this. So I'm not really sure if that's what that means. All I can tell you is it does look like Two of Cups reversed, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. It's an isolation. It does look like this was a bit of a fluke. Two of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands reversed. Because what I'm seeing is sloppiness. It's almost like if an incel was like really sloppy and somehow made it to where they were. So I'm not sure if that's translating to like the shooter was just kind of like an incel that got lucky, or if that's the metaphor here. This part's a little murky for me, so forgive me for not being like super precise with this. Because Two of Cups is like, no one cares about me, no one likes me, no one loves me type of vibes. But I do think Donald Trump is very smart, right? So when I know a lot of people are like, oh, a lot of people are like, oh, he staged it because the picture was too perfect. I think he just thinks on his feet. He's a Gemini. You know, he thinks on his toes. He's very quick-witted. I mean, that's why people really like his debates and stuff, because he's super quick-witted, knows how to like insult people, and makes everything kind of like entertaining and funny. That's why people, and he's charismatic, right? So it makes sense that he thought on his feet in this situation and was like, oh my God, perfect photo op. Like, I expect someone who's been in the media for a gajillion years, even before presidency, to think on his toes like that. So that's not super shocking to me. But Magician, I think that we're going to see some sort of major push for a new legislation from Trump's camp from this. Like, this was the push that he needed to go after something bigger. Yeah, that's a huge victory for him. There's some sort of like, there's something he was gunning for, some sort of change in policy or change in something that he was gunning for, but it was too ambitious previously. He's ramping it up, amping it up, and he's going right for it. This made him hungrier. And it's going to make him more aggressive, and it's going to make him more radical. The Three of Wands, the Five of Swords reversed, and the Queen of Swords. Now, see, this is what's interesting. Queen of Swords being reversed is about a detachment again, but it's also about feeling in over our heads. And the Five of Swords is like issues with all the details, and the Three of Wands. Internally, when it comes to Trump's team, everyone is at odds of what to do. Everyone has a different opinion. Everyone's trying to get him to speak for this publication, speak for that publication. So many people are trying to recruit him basically from this. You're looking at someone that everybody wants a piece of right now. And I mean, he's not the type to kind of speak for other people unless it benefits him. So I just think that you might see a little bit of sloppiness from his campaign at first now, because he's not going to listen to anyone. He's going to have his own unique way of kind of interpreting this. But I don't think he's going to back the people you would think he's going to back. I see him having an unlikely alliance with some sort of organization or something that you normally wouldn't think he would, or a person. There's like an unlikely alliance because it's like an enemy of my enemy is a friend type of thing. Now, when it comes to Biden, King of Cups being reversed, Page of Wands reversed, and Eight of Pentacles. There's saying one thing, doing another. Something he said he was going to do and he didn't do, he has to do now. But I also think like his team is scrambling. Look at this, Seven of Cups, Four of Swords. Yep, I think this was in my last reading, wasn't it? Ace of Swords. I need to make a new promise. Yep, he needs to make a new promise, and it needs to be big. Ace of Swords, Seven of Cups, and Four of Swords is like, I will completely lose this election if I do not make a bigger promise. That's what they're thinking right now. Again, I'm not going to tell you who's going to be president, okay? I can tell you energies. You guys are going to make the decision. The American people are going to vote, right? You vote what you want. That's it. But what I can see is his team thinking like, oh my God, like we have to promise something big. Seven of Cups, like we need something big here. We need a big opportunity because the Four of Swords, like otherwise we'll feel like we're going to lose. You know what's weird is I almost feel like it's not, okay, it's not that Donald Trump is happy that this happened. It's that Donald Trump is very savvy. And so he's going to spin this. And that's where I see him being like, perfect. I think he's going to fan the flames of people thinking he staged it and lean into it because he doesn't care. But unfortunately, for the people that believe that, I don't. I think he's just really savvy. Unfortunately, sorry guys. Would love to help you out here, but I don't think that's the case. Damn. This is really, really boiled down to humans and human error. Now, the Sun being reversed, the Knight of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles, I am a little bit concerned because whenever a situation like this happens, it amps up dormant energy. And so I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, things are going to get worse. Things are going to get worse. I don't know if I would use the word worse. You know, I'm not going to sit here and make predictions about, you know, more assassination attempts or anything like that. I don't want to fearmonger people. I have no interest in that. But what I will say is that I do think energetically the intensity has been increased. So at high tension points and high intensity and high energy, there are peaks and valleys. And when we're at a peak, you know, sometimes cracks start to show. So I think what we're going to start to see moving forward are the cracks in our government. You know, Secret Service is not as perfect as, you know, you think. You know, they're not terrible. They're still the top of the top, but even the top of the top has mistakes. And so I think what we're going to start to see moving forward in a lot of the election campaigns, a lot of debates and stuff, is going to be very much showing the cracks in our foundation and our government. And I think that's where the election is going to start to focus now. I think the debates are going to start to focus on the cracks. I don't know if we're going to see solutions as much as we're going to see cracks. So it's like, this is broken, this is broken, this is broken. How did this happen? How did this happen? And lots of focus on where the money is being spent. Remember, I told you I feel like people are going to vote based on their wallet, this, you know, and their finances and what financially benefits them the most this election. So we're going to start to see a lot of that. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see a lot less in-person events. I mean, Donald Trump wants to be by the people. Donald Trump wants to be surrounded by people. But I don't know if there might be some protocols that we'll put in place, you know, because like I see them both being put in bubbles. So I'm like, can they put plexiglass around them or something? I'm not sure how it works. Because I'm seeing like two bubble boys. But I don't know. This reading may not sort of be super interesting because it's pretty cut and dry for me at least. And I got the answer pretty quickly. And again, I don't know who's going to win the election. You know, it's not really something I think we can 100% say. Only for the fact of the power and choices with you, the American public, right? You decide. You know, the fate isn't deciding, the universe isn't deciding. It's actually you. So, you know, if you're passionate about this, vote and do what you got to do, right? And please don't shoot the messenger, okay? Join the YouTube members, please, because I'm not sure if I'll be able to monetize this. It's linked down below. And until next time, bye, guys.